Now I am going to solve this third sample problem from the 3D resultant topics. So we will use the wrench concept that we have just developed, right? So in this problem it is said that replace the two forces and the negative wrench by a single force R applied at A and the corresponding couple M, right? So we are asked to replace these two forces and this negative wrench, right? So this is negative wrench. If we curl our right hand fingers in this direction, so our thumb will point out in this negative direction, right? So then this is a negative wrench, right? So two forces and negative wrench. So we are asked to find the resultant and the corresponding couple at this point A. So first we will find the resultant vector, right? So we will find Rx. So Rx will be equal to summation of all forces along X. The resultant of Ry will be equal to summation of all forces along Y, and Rz will be equal to the summation of all forces along the Z axis, right? So for that we will resolve these forces into its components. Let's suppose if I resolve this 700 Newton force, so then this will be one vector, one component, and this component is along the Z axis. This is the Z axis, right? This is the positive X and this is the positive Y, right? So one component is in this direction and another component will be towards the positive X, right? And this one will be the cos component and this one will be the sine component. Similarly, this force is only acting towards the Y axis, right? So and this force is making some angle, 40-degree angle with the X, with the YZ plane, right? So this force is making 40 degrees. So if I extend this, so then this force, this 500 Newton force is making angle with 40-degree angle with the YZ plane, right? So this is that angle. And if we resolve this force into its components, right, so then one of its components will be located here, right? Let's suppose if we look into this force from this top, so then this will be FYZ component, right? And this component will be, this FYZ will be 500 cos of 40 degrees component, right? And it is in the YZ plane, right? And if we resolve this FYZ into two components, right, so then one component will be in this direction, right, and another component will be towards the Z axis, right? But these forces will act at this position, right? So let me move it here, right? So then this will be one component. Let me put it here, right? So this component, as I have moved it from this, right, so let me put it back here. So this is the component, right? The position is not right, but this is the component, right? And this component will be at this point B, and this is another component, right? And there is one another component of this force which is along the X axis, right? So this will be that component. Let me draw it here, right? Or we can draw this component here as well, right? So let's suppose if this is that component, right? And this FYZ component will be here, right? So if I move it to this point, right, so then this will be that FYZ component here, right? And then we will have two components of this. So one component of FYZ will be here, right? And then this component will be here, that is acting in the Z direction, right? So I can place it here. So when I place it here, so then it looks ambiguous, but this component is along the Z axis, right? So if we resolve all these forces into its components, right? So if I represent all these forces in terms of its components, so then the, let me write it here, so then the R, let's suppose if I write that this 700 Newton force, let's suppose that this is F1, and let's suppose this is F2, and this 600 Newton is F3, right? So if I represent this F1 in terms of its components, so then one component is this, and this component is along the Z axis, and this is along the X. So I will write that F1 is equal to 700 sine of 60 degrees, right? This component, and this component is in the positive I direction, and this component is in the positive z, so I can write it like this. So plus it will be 700 cos of 60 degrees along k, and there is no component of this f1 along the y axis, right? So this f1 has only two components, so this is the vector representation of that force f1. Now if you want to represent this f2 force in terms of its components, so then f2 vector will be equal to, so this is the x component, right? This one is the f2 x component, this one is along the y axis, so this is f2y, and this one is f2x, right? So this purple one, so this is f2z component, right? So if I write, so then this f2y, so f2y will be equal to, and this component is f2yz, right? So if I write, so then this will be f2yz. So then this f2y will be the, and this angle is given, this angle is 45, right? So this angle is also given, this is 45. So f2x, so this is f2x, so f2x is the 500 sine of 40 degrees, right? So I can write, so 500 sine of 40 degrees, and this is along the positive I, right? And then this f2y component, so then f2y is equal to f2yz cos of 45 degrees, and f2yz is 500 cos of 40, right? So we know this, so we can write this f2y as 500 cos of 40 cos of 45 degrees, right? So then this is, and this is in the positive y direction, so I will write j. Similarly, the fz component of this, so the fz component of this is, again I can write that f2z will be f2yz sine of 45 degrees, right? So this is the sine component of this f2yz, right? So I can write this will be 500 cos of 40 degrees sine of 45 degrees, and this is along positive k, right? So this is the vector representation of that f2. And if I write this f3, so f3 is only acting along the positive y, so I can write that this is 600 in the positive j direction, right? So 600j. So now if you want to find Rx, so Rx will be the summation of all the components along x, right? So Rx will be equal to the summation of all forces along x. So we will add up this, so this will be 700 sine of 60, so 700 sine of 60 degrees plus this plus 500 sine of 40 degrees, and there is no z components of this f3, right? So this we can see here, so this is 700 sine of 60 plus 500 sine of 40, and if we add up these, so the Rx component comes out to be 928 Newton. So I can write it here, so that Rx component is 928 Newtons, right? To find Ry, we will add up the Ry components, right? So then this one is 700 cos of 60, so I will write 700 cos of 60 degrees plus this one 500 cos of 40 degrees cos of 45 degrees, and plus this 600. So again we can see here 600 plus 500 cos of 40, sorry, this one is the k direction, right? So there is no need to add this one, right? So we are left with these two, right? So 600 plus 500 cos of 40 cos of 45, so this give us the Ry component of the resultant vector, right? And if we add up the components along the z axis, so we will get the resultant z component, right? So we will write this 700 cos of 60, so 700 cos of 60 degree plus this 500 cos of 40 degrees sine of 45 degrees, and if we add up, so we will get that Rz component, that is 621 Newtons. And if we represent that R vector, right, so this is that R vector, which is 928I plus 871J plus 621K, right? So we can represent this R in terms of this vector, right? And this R has three components, right? One along the x-axis, one along the y-axis, and one along the z-axis. So it will be making such orientation, right? And if we want to find the magnitude of this resultant, so we will take the squares of all these components magnitude and we'll take it the under the root or square root, so we will take this, we will get this magnitude of the resultant, right? So this is the resultant of these two forces and that wrench. Now to find the resultant moment, we will find the individual moments of each and every force, and then we will add up the corresponding components, right? The mx component of all the forces, my component of all the forces, and mz component of all the forces, and at the end we will get the resultant couple, right? To find the moment produced by this 500 newtons force, for what we will do, we will use again this cross product method, right? So I will write that moment by 500 newton force is equal to R cross F. So we will define our R, and this F is 500 newton, right? And this, we have represented this by F2, so I will write that this is F2. So we know that F2 vector, we have resolved this F2 vector into its components, right? And so we will first specify our moment arm. So in this case our moment arm will be from A to B. So if I represent that moment arm, so this will be from this A to this point B. So then we will find this A, B vector. So let's suppose if I specify that this is my origin, this point A is my origin. So to find the coordinates of this point B, so to reach this point B, we need to travel how much distance in the x direction, right? So this is that distance that we need to travel in the x direction. So if I write the coordinates of this B, so then that will be 80 mm. So 80 mm divided by 1000 will be 0.08, right? And then along the y-axis we will travel this much distance. This is 120 mm, right, to reach this point B. So I will write 120 mm divided by 1000, so it will be 0.120 meters, right? And then along z we will travel this 50 mm distance, right? This is 50 from this point A. This line is 50 mm, right? So I will write 0.05, and these coordinates are in meter. So now to write that R vector, so I can write that RAB vector will be equal to 0.08 I plus 0.120 J plus 0.05 K, right? So this is the vector representation of that moment arm, and F2 can be represented as a vector, and we have already represented that as a vector. So this is that F2 vector. Let me show it to you. This is that F2 vector, 500 sine of 40 I, 500 cos of 40. So we have this. So if we take the cross product of that moment arm RAB and that force, this is that RAB moment arm vector, and this is that vector representation of F2. So if we take the cross product of this, so we will get the moment due to that 50 Newton force, 500 Newton force, right? So this is the moment produced by this 500 Newton force, this F2, right? Now we will find the moment due to this 600 Newton force. So to find the moment by this 600 Newton force, again we will define our R vector. So let's suppose if I say that this is my R vector for this, so then we will find the coordinates of this point. Let's suppose that this point is, let's suppose C. So we will find the coordinates of this point C, and we will take the cross product, right? So we will write that moment produced by 600 Newton force will be RAC cross F3, right? So then we will find this moment, and similarly we will define a moment arm for this 700 Newton force from this point A to this point, and we will find the coordinates of this point, and we will take the cross product. So then we will get this moment due to that 700 Newton force. And similarly here we have this wrench, right? This couple as well, this 25 Newton meter, and the direction of this 25 Newton meter is in the opposite direction to this 500 Newton, right? So if I represent that 500 Newton, the direction of this 25 Newton meter, so then this will be in this direction, right? So if I place it here, right, so this moment will have the components exactly in opposite direction to this F2, right? Since the direction of this is opposite, right? So then we can write this as the magnitude of this is 25. So if I write the vector representation of this wrench, right? So let's suppose if I say that m dash, so then this vector has a magnitude of 25 Newton, right? So then 25 Newton meter. So then one of its component is along the x-axis, one is along the y-axis, and one is along the z-axis, right? So similar to that 500 Newton force. If I resolve this into its components, so then one component will be in this direction, right? So if I draw that, so this will be its one component like this, and this component is along the x-axis is negative x-axis, so I can write that this component will be, if this is 40, so then this is 25 sine of 40 degrees along I, but in the negative direction, right? So this is 25 sine of 40 in the negative direction, and then it will have this component as well, and this component will be in the YZ plane, right? So this will be that YZ component, right? And then if we resolve this YZ into its two components, so then one component will be in this direction, right? If I draw it, so then this component will be parallel to the y-axis, right? So then this component has a magnitude of 25 cos of 40 degree, right? So this is 25 cos of 40 degrees, and then this is making 45 degrees, right? So then this component, that component which is parallel to the y-axis will be 25 cos of 40 cos of 45, right? So we can write that this one will be minus 25 cos of 40 cos of 45, and this is along J, right? And then there will be one another component, right? And that component will be in this direction, right? And that component will be in the negative Z direction, and that is 25 cos of 40 sine of 45, right? And that is along K, right? So we have resolved that force into its components, and that is the vector representation of that couple, right? So we get this. So when we solve this, so we get this minus 16.07, minus 13.54, and minus 13.54 K. So if we want to find the resultant couple, so we will add the x components, right? So to find the mx component of the resultant, right? So that will be equal to the summation of this 18.95. So I will write 18.95 plus this 36 and plus this 10.5 and plus this minus 16.07. So I will write minus 16.07. So when we solve this, so we will get this 49.4, right? And that is the x component of this resultant couple, right? Similarly, we will add up all the j's component, all the y components, so we will get this, and we will add up all the k component, all the z components, so we will get this component of the resultant, and then similarly we can find the magnitude of this. So we will replace these two forces and this wrench by this resultant by this force couple system at this point A.